I didn't do it, sorry.
Town clerk Julie Weber is going to call the Board of Abatement December 15th abatement hearing to order at 5:30. The agenda or agenda. Notice of Board of Abatement, DOA, via email, Justice of the Peace, Select Board, Assessor Clerk, Treasurer, date December 3rd, 2025. Your Board of Abatement hearing. There will be a meeting of the Board of Abatement on Monday, December 15th, 2025 at 5:30 in person or via Zoom at the Pownell Town Office, 511 Center Street, Pownell, Vermont. Agenda approval. 2, elect a chairperson. 3, vote deliberation if necessary. 5:30, parcel ID 016-09, span number 495-156-11305. And then adjourn. Okay. And I have a motion to approve the agenda.
We'll move.
Second. Okay. So, no, do I do all in favor? Then I have to do a roll call. All in favor, and then a roll call vote?
Yeah.
Okay,
We're starting here.
We have some.
let's please. Right. Oh, wait,
Oh, that's what you want.
do you want to come at the table with us, or do you want to sneak in somewhere? Okay, you can start.
Yes, David Lowe, yes.
Nelson Brownell, yes.
Megan Randall.
Yes.
Alonzo Bizan, yes.
Jim Winchester, yes.
Julie Weber, yes.
Amy Percy, yes.
Zachary Rose, yes.
Michael Gardner, yes.
Cindy Brownell, yes.
Glenn Stromeyer, yes. Wendy Green, yes.
Ashley Morganthau, yes.
Okay. Now, oh, I can't see the people on Zoom, so.
Hi, I'm still here. Sorry. Jeannie Alexander. Yes.
Okay, move over. So.
The only.
I can't see that.
Okay.
She's the only one that would vote.
One that's on a voting,
See, it's so big.
yeah. That I can see.
So then it would be 14 yes. Okay. So. Can I ask to see who's on Zoom before we continue? Or do I have to wait until after we elect?
The only one's on is Gene.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
As far as for the board,
Right, for our board.
Anybody else? So
Jim
Kosis.
Kosis is on also.
that's, I want to know that. Thank you. Okay. So the Board of Abatement to elect the chairperson. Nominate Nelson. Okay.
I'll second that.
And Nelson.
He's usually pretty quick.
Is there any other nominations?
Nominate Jamie.
They're the top.
I don't have a second, so. Okay.
You didn't get nominated. Yeah. You can handle it.
Are there any
No
other,
seconds.
are there any other motions for chairperson? Oh. If there being no further nominations, I need a roll call vote for Nelson to be chair.
No, yes, I. Ashley Morganthau.
Yes.
I abstain. Megan Randall, yes.
Alonzo Bizan, yes.
Jim Winchester, yes.
Julie Weber, yes.
Amy Percy, yes.
Zachary Rose, yes. Michael Gardner, yes.
Cindy Brownell, yes.
Yes. Wendy Jordan, yes.
You're on the cut.
It.
Maybe.
What did you? Did she say yes?
I did say yes. Sorry. This is a little difficult.
Thank you. 13 yes, 1 abstention. Sorry, Nelson, congratulations.
The first thing I'm gonna do is ask people to speak up.
So,
Because I can't, like, one of my hearing aids impaired and the other one's. Okay,
so before we go, would you be so kind to give that to Nelson so he can give the oath?
oh, yes.
The oath.
Okay, to say off, pretty soon, like,
Mr. Stewart, or Mr. Park, you need to raise your hand in case you want to talk.
you want. Repeat after me. Do you solemnly swear solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give related to the cause
Evidence they give is the cause.
now under consideration,
Consideration.
the whole truth and nothing but the truth,
The whole truth and nothing.
the whole truth and nothing but the
God.
truth. So now,
Okay. And
got you all sworn in.
Great, yeah.
Deliberations, now we're gonna talk about parcel ID number 016-09, span number 495-156-11305. Who is here to present evidence under this?
Mr. Park is going to speak on South Park.
You're-
You want to speak?
Well, I just relate circumstances from where I am. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
I, to be honest with you, was very tight on money. And so I had to wait until I knew I had money to make the payment. And I made the payment by check, which I deposited in the US mail at the Powell Post Office before 7 o'clock in the morning, right? On the morning of November 10th. And my thought was that the post office would deliver it, would keep it local, not ship it off. Which I assumed didn't happen.
So it went to what?
That was the best I could do. I worked in North Bennington and I was away from the town for all the day.
Which post office did you go to?
Powell,
Outside box?
the outside box, yes, sir.
Any more evidence you wish to present?
No, there really isn't anymore.
Anyone else wish to speak?
So. Helen Stromeyer, as delinquent tax collector of treasurer. Because of the overlap of the date here, so you all received a copy of the envelope and it's dated November 12th. That is what we have to go by with the town column. It's the postmark on the envelope. I don't know what the post office did or didn't do on the 10th and why it wasn't postmarked. I did speak to Georgie at the post office and you know, it goes to White River Junction. So if they just didn't postmark all their mail that day and waited until the 12th, I didn't even receive it till the 14th. I have to,
Of all mail coming from here,
for the majority,
nothing
yeah.
gets postmarked here.
So it can, if you go there when they're open and you bring it in and ask them to postmark it, then they could have put a stamp on it that says the 10th.
If the post office is open.
The other item is yeah, and I understand he did not have the money, but we know every year taxes are due. And unfortunately, and he did not know he could pay online as long as it was before 5 p.m. because there's a lag in the money coming from one account to the other account. It takes 3 to 5 business days, depending on how you pay it online. And the 11th being a holiday, which was the next day. He just wanted to make sure his check cleared. He could have brought it into me on the 10th and he still would have been okay. He said he could have come back if he would have known that, on his way back from work. Again, we do floor vote at the March town meeting. And we do the floor vote, to which I did submit you guys a copy of this article. Three, shall the voters authorize payment of real and personal property taxes on November 10th, 2025 before 5 p.m. by delivery to the town offices, postmarked on or before that date. Online payments must also be made before that date and time. So that is a floor vote that's done at our town meeting, which specifies that if you're gonna pay online, it's gotta be by 5 o'clock. If you're gonna drop it here, it's gotta be by 5 o'clock. Otherwise, it has to be postmarked on the date due. So that's what I have to go by, and that's why it is on a floor vote now.
But it is, seems to me a pretty reasonable expectation if you drop it at the post. I mean, I'd rather they go in and stamp it, but.
I understand that, but we cannot control the post office.
No.
One that came in.
It's one at a time, and,
So
I'm speaking, let me recognize you before you speak, or otherwise
Yeah.
I will be.
certainly.
Okay, sorry about that.
So there are others that were postmarked on the 12th. One other person had called and said they mailed it from Bennington and it wasn't postmarked on the 10th. The husband dropped it off in the post office inside the building. I go by what I'm told. I don't know what the post office does or doesn't do. I, by law, have to go by the envelope.
Mike, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Of the person. So you knew the due date,
Yes, sir.
just so.
Ellen, what was the, or Sue, either one, what was the date on the check? Was the date the 10th or what was the check?
We don't go by check date, but it was the date of the taxes due.
Okay,
I
I know we don't. I just wanted to
Yeah.
know what the date was
Yeah,
on the
no,
check.
it was the 10th, but I get
Oh, oh,
taxes
Yep,
postmarked
Yep.
later.
Right, no, I understand.
Does Mr. Park have a record of any delinquent taxes previously?
No.
How many times does this happen if somebody is late on the postmark or late in getting a check in recently that you have to deal with?
Every year, several. Probably, I bet you I speak to 20, 30 people. Several. In the next couple of days after taxes are due. As soon as I send out the delinquent notice, and they know that they're late.
Just so we're all clear, how was the $451.66? What was that based on?
So it was based on the initial bill that he owed,
Yep,
which was, hang on a second,
yep, no,
I'm gonna find the right number here, it's this. Yeah, some information I can't give you, so he owed 55.93.94.
Mhm.
When that payment was put through, it was, the computer actually calculates it, but I can tell you how it was calculated.
Mhm.
You take the 55.93.94 and times it by 1.08, it gives you the base amount, which he was credited of 5179.57. And he was charged $414.37 for the penalty, which left a base balance on his taxes because you could not take the whole penalty at the same time of $447.52.
I don't put, what kind of publicity or whatever do we put out about this? The way the post office,
You don't decide the post office.
or the fact that, you know what I'm saying? No, I know that, but I mean, this problem has come up before, I'm saying, obviously. Came up quite a few times this year already. It seems like we could do a better job of educating the public about, I mean, that's a really big chunk of.
Well, you could vote to send it out, and she's talked about what was sent out in Tampa late, so forth on the floor. They can make a motion that part of the letter that goes out states, don't you make sure the postmark's on your envelope for something for that effect.
Yeah.
There's only so much information that can go on a tax bill that does not fit. Tell them that.
But that's like a. So. Yes,
The thought that I had, and I don't know the answer, but if the tax bill had on it that it was, the money was due in the office on that date, that would make a difference to people, how they look at, I wouldn't trust the post office. But I've always, for 60 years, I've been paying the taxes this way and never had a problem with it. And if I don't know whether you can put that on the tax notice, you can.
So we cannot because the town accepts postmark. So we did vote that it had to be in here by 5 p.m. The vote at the town meeting. If people went to the town meeting, they would know that, but that is also in the town report.
Right.
Which goes out to all voters. So if you're a registered voter and you read the town report, you would know that that was one of the items that had to be in here by 5 p.m. or postmarked by that date, which you, by the sounds, did try to do. But we have no control over the post office.
But per Megan's comment, and this is aside from this particular case, couldn't we in the town report just remind ourselves with an asterisk to say, notice, be sure that you understand that having it at the post office doesn't count.
We're off that base right now.
Yes, you're right.
go ahead, Julie.
Isn't it on the tax bill that it has to be postmarked
Yes.
or paid by?
It's a new law.
Yeah, but else, didn't it say postmark on the tax?
No.
Taxes paid after the due date are delinquent.
Right.
That's right.
Interest of 1% will be added the first of every month, in addition to collector fee of 8%, postmarks accepted. $25 fee will be charged for return checks. So that's what fits on there. That's as much information as I.
So A, it's on your tax bill, then it gets forwarded to the website and Facebook page that taxes are due. So how much more do you need to tell the people other than hold their hand to tell you that it's due on November 10th?
I do understand the issue with the post office, but that's out of the town of Connell's control.
Correct.
US. Who that? You have any more?
No,
Mike?
So Ellen, excuse me, so the $451 or whatever that's due, that's the penalty,
So it's
right? That's the total amount due is $451.66.
$451.66. It's not just the penalty, it's the principal balance due.
So that
because
number,
it's delinquent.
right, but that number, so my question is that number is due whether the delinquent taxes are 1 day late or because it goes out the first of the month, right? It accrues on the first of the month. Is that what it is?
Yep, so.
So hear me out for a minute.
Mhm.
So whether it's 1 day late or in this case, it was received on the 14th, right?
Mhm.
Because so that would have given us 16 days late till the 1st of December.
No, you're not thinking that correctly.
Well, that's my question. That's why I need to be, so
Wait, you'll hear the answer.
First day late is 8%. Very first day, $447.52.
Okay.
Brought his bill to $6,041.46. On the 14th, I posted his payment of $55.93.94.
Okay.
Which 5179.57 went to principal, 414.37 went to penalty. That left a balance of 447.52. On 12/3, because the weekend, on 12/3, I calculated interest of 1% on the principal amount due of $4.14. Which will be balance due through December 31st, $451.66.
So let me make sure I understand this correctly. The delinquency's already been paid for the first 1% that came But you calculated right away.
Some of his penalty has already been paid because it's calculated off the payment I received
Right.
as a delinquent.
So what is due is part of actually the actual tax bill
Correct.
to the property. And yet there's a penalty there. How much penalty is in that?
The rest of the 447.52, you have a copy of the December bill. So penalty left to be paid is $33.15 and interest at $414, brings it to $415.60.
So just so I'm clear, or you answered my question perfectly, okay, with the 8%. That was my question, Alan, why if we received it 2 days late, right, why is it not 1%? So the 8% answers my question.
The 8% is the penalty.
Right.
Right, oh, and that's totally,
Stay late.
that's right, okay, so day one, we
Day
accrue
one.
an 8% penalty, that answers my question, that's perfect, thank you, I appreciate that.
Hey, automatically 8%.
Yep, I just want to be clear, I just wanted to be clear on
Yep.
that, because the numbers weren't adding up in my head, but now they do.
From what you heard, there's been
And-
several people, and maybe upwards of 20 from what I heard, that are late, paid a late penalty. 8%, because they're paid late.
Right. My question was thoroughly answered, Nelson, and that's, I wanted to ask the right question so that I could get the right answer. That's all. And we did. I got the right question out and she got the right answer to me. So that's fine.
It's unfortunate that these situations occur. But the problem is you can't promote these situations. So you have to be careful how you listen to the person that's talking to you, asking, and who you are giving anything back if you are. Because otherwise, there won't be 20 people, because I'll be one of them too.
I understand now. I just, the numbers were the 1%, if it's a 2-day, it just
8%
instantly, I understand, now I understand that, Alan, perfectly. And I knew that.
This has been caught up with lots of people over time
Yep.
that's been here.
Yeah, no, I totally understand.
That's what it is.
I might remind you that outside of Cameron got $15,000 from the racetrack for being 1 day late.
Exactly.
Sorry, but
1,000.
15,000.
Yes, that was years ago when she bought the Mercedes.
Yes, well, I don't. I don't know if you did.
I remember.
Yeah, you do. Mhm.
Okay, but it happens, and it happens to the best of us sometimes, unfortunately. That's what.
Well, Jeannie had a question.
I heard Jamie
Yeah.
say.
Thank you. And I'm so sorry. I know this is way less than ideal. I guess I have a question. So I totally get that it needed to be either turned in to the office or postmarked on the 10th. I'm very clear about that. I guess what I'm wondering too, and I get also that we can't control the post office, right? But it seems like the post office seemed to concede that it was entirely possible that mail was just taken to White River or somewhere else. And so not so strange that it didn't get postmarked until 2 days late. And I guess what I'm just wondering is it not reasonable and a good faith effort for someone to think, okay, I've dropped this in the mail at the post office, like first thing in the morning before 7 a.m. on the day that it has to be postmarked. So I guess what I'm just wondering if there's any latitude that this board has to say in this instance, and I also hear that you're saying that there were 20 other people that were also late, but this person has asked for a hearing. If it were a day late, then I would say, well, it wasn't at the post office. And I understand that dropped off at the post office is not the same as a postmark, but I do think this person pretty clearly made a good faith effort to make sure it was at the post office on time.
That's it. Anyone else?
Doesn't the blue box tell you on the post office that the mail does not get picked up at that time? It gets picked up the next day. I'm pretty sure it does on the mail, on the blue boxes outside.
So
It's
coming afternoon.
Right, it says 6 a.m. and the town hall, it gets picked up at 6 a.m. and then again at 4:30.
But,
and the box gets pulled out and it.
right, but usually it's the mail carrier that takes that box out, not the person in the post office.
Correct, absolutely.
Person who comes from the box, brings it, scans it, goes on the truck.
And it goes to, all mail goes to White River Junction, so that is.
I mean, it does say on
Unless
the
you bring
box,
it in
it's
and
all,
have it actually stamped, you have to go again by the times, and that's what I tried to say at the very beginning.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
did.
check the times when I went to the post office
Yeah.
Okay,
today.
I'm beginning to hear people repeat yourself a little bit. So I'm gonna slow this down and try to get a motion here. But I
Let
wanna
me
say,
see the reasonings before we do motions.
I was gonna mention there is another reason that is new. There's.
Yep.
We had the, what?
before you do that, I understand the postal service and issues with the postal service. We've had some of that ourselves. The real thing is, what I'm hearing here, the real problem isn't that this person got this thing in the post box versus going in and getting stamped. It's the understanding of the people paying their taxes of what happens if they wait till the last day and try to drop it in a post box. You're gonna get yourself in trouble every time you do that.
I know.
So people, it's the people in town that I'm hearing as many as there are that's late. There's gotta be reasons for that many people being late. Can people still apply if they're late for an appeal, or do they have a certain limit?
What?
What's the limited time to make an appeal if someone's late?
They can appeal when they wish to appeal.
So anytime this year, people could come in and
They
appeal.
can keep coming in.
Yep.
You're weird.
So understand that we just went through this board in July with a gentleman that went to delinquent sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did not
approve it, I know.
We did not approve. You don't approve because there's deadline dates for a reason.
It's a precedent,
Well,
can't set a precedent, but
That's what it is.
You
Yeah.
can't set a precedent because there are this people every year that either accidentally or they say they did, but so I have people that actually, Nelson and the board actually will call me and tell me that they mailed it on the 10th, and when I get it, it's postmarked, say, the 14th, with a check date of 12. Well, the check date itself makes it delinquent. But so, if people don't want to pay the penalty, and I know it's harder and harder every year for people to pay their taxes, I totally understand that. And we go above and beyond the town to try to help people pay year round, et cetera. So this doesn't happen. So we have to put it, that's why we have it for a vote in the town meeting. To put it in writing, but I wanted to read the number 10, the new abatement reason, because you have to have a reason to abate.
Right.
Okay, and do you want me to read them all, so you guys just have a refreshing?
You had something to say, Mike, first.
Sorry, Mike, goodness,
The only thing is we brought up the point that we just went through this not too long ago with a different person, right?
right.
My recollection, when we declined to abate those taxes, the sewer tax, was that his check
was
dated delinquent. Was
Yeah.
that correct?
that was
So
that
no
one.
matter what the postmark was, we just had that statement, right? No matter what the postmark was on that individual's check, his taxes were delinquent because the check was dated delinquent.
As well.
So I just want to be
Yeah.
clear on that.
Thank you.
Like,
I
We,
did forget that.
right, we abated those, or did not abate those.
Right.
That was the reason, one of the reasons that we could do that is because they were delinquent anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna have her
Yep.
read off what they are, and then
So the first-
then I'm gonna look for an emotion. So listen carefully.
The first reason, taxes of person who have died in Seoul. Second reason, taxes of persons who have removed from the state. Third reason, taxes of persons who are unable to pay their taxes, interest, and collection fees. Number 4, taxes in which there is manifest error or mistake of the listers. Number 5, taxes upon real or personal property lost or destroyed during the tax year. Number 6, the exemption amount available under 32 VSA 3802, number 11. To persons otherwise eligible for exemption who file a claim on or after May 1st, but before October 1st, due to the claimant's sickness or disability or other good causes determined by the Board of Abatement, but that exemption amount shall be reduced by 20% of the total exemption for each month or portion of a month the claim is late filed. 7 and 8 are repealed. Number 9, taxes upon a mobile home moved. He does not have a mobile home that's moved, so I'm not gonna read that whole paragraph. And 10 is sewer, water, utility, or service charges caused by circumstances that were difficult to foresee or outside of the person's control.
Correct.
That is the new one that was added.
Okay, did everybody understand what she just put up?
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion. What you wish to do here, folks.
And it has to fall under one of those. In order to abate, that's what those are for.
Do we have that list in front of us?
No.
No.
It was, it's control. Number turns over here. No,
Julia,
you don't fall under
one
any.
thing before we do make a motion, Nelson, before there's a motion made, what I'd like to ask of Julie, from here on in, is when we have a BOA, Board of Abatement, meeting, if we could have that list in front of us so that we don't have to read them. Just,
Just for the record, this is the first time that you've never had that list in front of you. Generally, I had your whole folder, but being that we just
That's not
did
bad.
it
I agree, I just,
2 months ago, that I
That's
didn't.
why I read it.
Expected us
I
to
understand.
memorize it.
I understand.
But yes, I will make sure you have folders again.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
don't care about the folder. You just have those lists of,
You have a,
we don't have the same people here all the time. We generally do, but it could be a little different, so.
Get around the door.
Amen.
So,
packets of it.
Can we,
thank you, Julie.
So can I make a motion?
can we get it?
Oh,
Someone's gonna make a motion. I don't know.
I will make a motion. I make a motion that as none, I do not feel, I make a motion that we do not fall under any of the criteria
You
for
deny it.
abatement. Mr. Parks
Deny, okay.
denied, yes, to deny the abatement because it does not fall under the criteria for abatement.
I'll second that motion.
So does everybody understand the motion?
Yes.
It's gonna be a roll call vote. You're gonna have to start here and we'll go around.
So
We'll get your name and motion.
Your name and.
you either agree with the motion or you just.
Leslie Morgenthau, I agree.
Dave Lowe, I agree.
Councilman Brownell, I agree.
Megan Randall, I abstain, being a neighbor of said person.
Lonzo Bizon, I agree.
Jim Winchester, I agree.
Julie Weber, agree.
Amy Percy, I agree.
Zach Rose, I agree.
Michael Gardner, I abstain as my brothers, used Mr. Park's property.
I agree, Cindy Brownell.
I'm sure I agree.
Good.
So Jeannie?
And
Oh, Wendy, sorry. Oh, what did she say?
Jane.
Okay,
you forgot him.
And person,
Jeannie.
The two of them, three of them. Or that.
you still there, Gene?
Yeah,
What's your vote?
no, I'm thinking about it. My concern is the way the motion was made. I agree that it doesn't meet any of the criteria for abatement.
That's an aye.
Means it.
Correct or wrong?
Yeah, I still think the fact that it was the post office, I just think that, I don't know, I agree. I agree.
We can't prove either way that is the problem with that.
But she.
Okay, so the motion,
Have one,
so the motion is.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 11 yes, and 3 abstentions. Okay. And it is, I just want to make sure the money amount is for,
$451.66.
yep, but it's the principal is 414.47 and the
$414.37,
37. Okay.
interest of $414,
Ellen, can I ask you a question?
penalty $33.15, and so we did not abate any of that.
How long before it becomes more than that?
It does.
January 1st, it goes up $4.14 unless he makes a payment, at which he can make a payment plan.
Okay.
He doesn't have to put anything in writing. We have talked before the meeting just to let him know if, I wasn't sure if we were gonna quorum and
All the reasons above.
all the reasons, so.
Okay, so any other business before the board?
You wanted to.
Oh, I just want to thank the people out on Zoom for participating. Because I feel when we go to close a meeting, that we're rude to the people out on Zoom. I just want to say thank you.
And I think when it came, well, it's very seldom I see this many people in the room. Oh,
It's after the vote, and I know you're trying to close, but I would like to reiterate, Julie, and I understand what you're saying, how much do we have to hold people's hands? But it seems to me that if this is a problem every year, and we have people who have not been problems before, we do well, however we can in the town report, to have a little bold-faced reminder to be sure that people don't think that depositing at the post office on the day of taxes due work. I think that would be,
Yeah. that's
why
one
not?
sentence.
I think that's a good internet.
Okay, I understand that. However, we do above and beyond to help people all year long. I'm just saying, we do notices all the time. We practically hold hands. So my theory is we shouldn't have to babysit all the time. That's all.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm leaving it at that.
Motion to adjourn?
okay. Before you adjourn, I want to make, I think the majority of the people that serve in government tries to help people as much as they can, but their hands is tied the same as anyone else. They have to weigh everything that's in front of them and make a decision. And sometimes it's not always easy. Now I've got a motion to adjourn. Have I got a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye.